Hello, it's Thursday, February 5th. I'm going to do H. What are we starting off with here? Steve Hackett, Voyage of the Acolyte. Oh, yeah. This is the long lost Genesis album. I always wondered why Phil Collins complained about this or Mike Rutherford complained about Steve doing this album. Because they're on it, they play on it, Phil sings on it. It's weird that they act like it was a surprise. Voyage of the Acolyte. Still my favorite Steve Hackett album to this day, bar none. What do we got next? Steve Hackett, Please Don't Touch. I don't think this is very close to the best album, but it's a great album and I still love it. It's got Steve Walsh on it, Richie Havens, Randy Crawford, Steve Hackett, of course. Spectral Mornings, 1979. Great album. Love it. Every Day's title cut. Excellent. Can't beat it. Let's see, we get more Steve Hackett here. Cured, probably voted the worst album he ever did by most fans. He decided he wanted to sing on every song. You know, comparing his voice to other people is, I'd rather hear Steve Hackett than Tom Waits, for instance. Defector, great album. My favorite song on here, believe it or not, is a instrumental called Slogans. I love it. You know, it's funny that Slogans sounds a lot like a section at the end of A Plague of Lighthouse Keepers by Van der Graaf Generator. You can check it out yourself if you want to know what I mean. This is Steve Hackett, Highly Strung. Artwork is amazing. Love this album. It's really, really good. They're all really, really good. I think that was 1983, if I'm not mistaken. Here's a single called, what is it called? A doll made in a doll made in Japan. That's right. The artwork on these things is great. Not so much on the back, but I love the front. That's just a single, a 12-inch single. Here's his pastoral, soothing, I need to go to sleep type record called Bay of Kings. Beautiful album, just beautiful. He's so good at the classical guitar. He shines on that instrument. It gets better and better and better. We first heard it really was on Horizons on Foxtrot, right? Great band, Happy the Man. Love this group so much. 1977, out of Virginia, in that area over there. I forgot to mention that they were originally going to be Peter Gabriel's backing band, but the deal fell through. Here's their second album, Crafty Hands, masterpiece. Produced by, both of these are produced by Ken Scott. And of course, he makes them sound so good. My favorite song on Happy the Man, Crafty Hands, is Steaming Pipes. Just so cool. Love Happy the Man. Here's their third album called Better Late Than Never. It was an independent release. They left Arista Records and had to put this out on their own. They gave you the lyrics. Great album. Great album. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, this is an interesting album. EH in the UK, Eddie Harris, saxophone player from America. He did this jazz album in the United Kingdom. And you get guest musicians like Jeff Beck, Tony Kaye, Albert Lee, Chris Squire, Alan White. There's a tune on here that goes 15 minutes called Conversations of Everything and Nothing. Eddie Harris, Albert Lee, Steve Winwood, electric piano, Chris Squire bass, Alan White drums, Tony Kaye Moog synthesizer. You got 3 members of Yes on this. Conversations of Everything and Nothing. I will go down and say it's the best sounding bass you'll ever hear Chris Squire use. It's just in your face. Unbelievable. So powerful. So clear. It's absolutely incredible. Here's Richard Harris, Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Very nice. Here's Hatfield in the North, their debut album in 1973. This is great. And here's the amazing Amanda Parsons. Very few pictures of her. God, she's good. She is so good. We'll get to National Health when we get to the ends, and I'll talk about her more. Here's another Hatfield in the North called Afters. This is just like a odds and sods type release of things that people were buying piece by piece, and they just put it on an album. It's very good. By the way, Hatfield in the North has to do with, it says right here on the, this is an actual street sign on one of the highways in England. Telling everybody you're going to Hatfield and the North. So that's where that came from. This is Hawk Lords, which is Hawkwind having to use a different name because of contractual disputes with the people that were in charge of that stuff. Let's see here. Here's the amazing, oh, this is going to be fun. You talk about a gatefold. Oh my God. This is the amazing Hawkwind Space Ritual live in London and Liverpool. The CD just calls it Space Ritual, but look at this gatefold. Oh, by the way, that's Lemmy right there on his Rickenbacker bass. But look at this. Look how everything just folds out, right? It's amazing. And then it folds out even more. To this. I can't see you guys, so I'm just gonna kind of move it around. Isn't that incredible? There's Stacia, the dancer. She always danced in the nude. She wanted to be free. Yeah, there's the back. I love this album. This is my introduction to Hawkwind, first one I ever bought. I was like, wow, what a sound. Here's Hawkwind Live 79. This is a blacklight picture, so if you have a blacklight, you can see what it looks like. And they are live. Great album. I've never heard a bad Hawkwind album in my life. I think they're all good. This is Justin Hayward. At a time, we used to look alike. In the 70s, him and I looked a lot alike. Like in the picture of On the Threshold of a Dream was the most. I had a girlfriend at the time in Sacramento, and she discovered that I looked like him, and she opened the door when I got to her house, and she says, "Hi, Justin," and I'm going, "What?" She blindsided me with that, and I didn't even notice, and I'd already had that album for years. I'd been listening to it, but that was 1973. Okay, here's the back, and here's the gatefold. This is called Songwriter, I forgot to tell you. It's a great album. It's his first solo album. Love Justin's voice. It's really good. Here's Heart, Little Queen. Nice little gypsy type cover there. I like it. And now Space. Here's a band called Hellfield. I think I got this from a radio station for free or something like that. I can't remember. Or I paid $2.29 as a promo copy. They're not really prog or prog metal. They're kind of heavy. The first song, The Pact, is the best. But I don't know what happened to this band. They just kind of disappeared. They were on Epic Records. And they came out, I should tell you. It was 1976, I guess. 1976. I can barely see up close, so I've been saying that a lot, but it is true. My vision is bad because of my insulin. Here's Hendrix in the West. It's a great album. All live. It's not really in the West. I don't know why it's pretty much Isle of Man. He opens with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. How's that for a shot? Great album. Love it. Not Isle of Man, Isle of Wight, excuse me. Here's, I think this is kind of a bootleg Hendrix. It's called Loose Ends. I'm not sure if it's a bootleg. Let me see. Well, it's on Polydor. It's probably not a bootleg. There's the song on the tracks list. Stars That Play with Laughing Sam's Dice was the reason I wanted it, because it's such a crazy song. And it's really hard to find back then. Back in the day. Here's Steve Hillage, L. Great album. Backing band is Utopia, produced by Todd Rundgren. Yeah, good stuff. And they do a Beatles cover on here, It's All Too Much. It's all too much for me to say. Steve Hillage, Green, one of his greatest albums ever. God, this album's good. So good. Green. Love it. Oh, it's got the Virgin, I was telling you, the gong head with the colors. In England, you can't get this like this. It's always green. What else we got here? Oh, this is Live Herald. Herald. Live Herald. It's a weird cover, huh? Not really sure what it represents. But inside, it's very psychedelic. Depending on what kind of medication you're taking. Great album. 3 sides live, 1 side studio. Side 4 is miscellaneous tracks. Here's open. Now it's got one of those covers where you got to be real careful when you move it because it'll rip on you. See, look. See that? There you go. Open's good. Dave Stewart shows up for the last 2 songs. They're really good. Fire Inside and what's the other one? Earthrise. Earthrise is killer. Here's a meditation, mellow out, go to sleep called Rainbow Dome Music. Love this. Came out in 1979. It's absolutely awesome. It's got 2 songs. It's very subtle, very ambient. Beautiful and spacey. It'll get rid of headaches. It's better than aspirin. And not or. Nothing much on the back there. This is when he was starting to ditch the hot shot lead guitar. He started to do ambient guitar. And it was the birth of the band he called System 7, I believe. It's good stuff. Depends on what kind of mood you're in. Again, very soothing. Not a lot of rock. Here's a controversial album in the Allan Holdsworth canon. It's his first solo album called Velvet Darkness. But Allan didn't want it released, and the company went ahead and released it without his permission. And if you look really close, he's playing a Gibson SG Custom 3 pickup white. She did use in the Burford band. You can see it on a DVD called Rock Goes to College. Burford. Here's Allan Holdsworth EP. This is called Road Games. This has Jack Bruce on it, Paul Williams. Produced by Ted Templeman. It's really good. 1983. I have the original Allan Holdsworth IOU. It's black. How come I can't find it? Huh. I must have misplaced it somewhere. Huh. Yeah, I have the original black IOU with the gold lettering. I know I didn't lose that. This is called The Things You See When You Haven't Got Your Gun. This is the one album where Allan Holdsworth sings on a song called At the Edge. It's amazing. He's not a bad singer. It's kind of haunting in the way he sings. I understand why I can't find that album. I must have misplaced it. Allan Holdsworth, Metal Fatigue, 1985. I'm a pretty big fan. I bought everything I could get, especially on CD. Yeah, got to see him 3 times. First time I saw Allan Holdsworth was UK, in Sacramento. Amazing. Here's a band called Home from England. The album's called The Alchemist. Really prog. Good stuff. This is I paid $1.49 for this. Here's the inside. This is kind of rare, I think. Columbia Records. And this is, here we go. Speaking of controversial, Steve Howe's first solo album, Beginnings, where he got brave and decided to sing all the tracks on the album. I won't say any more about that. Get all the lyrics. Drummers Alan White and Bill Bruford all over this effort. And Patrick Moraz is on it too. I'm losing my ability to... can't find... I don't know where that Holdsworth album is. That's weird. This is a band called However. Sudden Dusk. It's another American East Coast prog kind of band. They're very good. They put out a second album called Calling, and I bought that on CD. I have both of those on CD. I love them a lot. Somehow we got out of order. Maybe that Holdsworth will show up. This is the Steve Howe album, his second solo album. This is really good, and it's got a lot more instrumental than the first one. And also it's controversial too, because if you look in the pool, see that body floating there? The remastered CD doesn't have that body. They took it out. Here's a list of all the guitars he used and where he used them. Really clever way to tell people. It's like guitar players know about tab. They learn how to read tab, but I can't read it. It's very weird like that. What else we got? Okay, Hudson and Ford. These guys came from Straub's. They played with Rick Wakeman. He's good friends with them. This is called Free Spirit. And that's their little band they put together. It's really good prog. I like it. Very Straub's-like. And here's another one by them called Worlds Collide. I ended up getting this in a radio station for free. I knew the DJ, he let me have it. He says, we're never going to play it on the radio. And Humble Pie Smokin'. This was my first Humble Pie album, and I went and saw him in Las Vegas. Peter Frampton was not with them because he's not on this album. This is Clem Clemson, but still they were great. Seeing Humble Pie was one of my highlights. I loved them. And it didn't look like the Holdsworth was going to show up. Here's an album. It's really rare called Humboldt County Country. And the reason I have it, it was put out by the United Way. And the reason I have it is because I'm on it. That's me right there. 1981. I'm very, very proud of this. It's hard to find. I saw it on eBay for like $350. It's very rare. I was thinking about buying that one just to have it. And here's a band called Hush out of San Jose. The leader, bass player, singer, Robert Berry's band. There's Robert Berry. Remember the group Three? Emerson, Palmer, and Berry. It's really good. There's a song on the end called Hollywood that's just fantastic. The very last track on side 2. I love it. I got to meet him a couple of times. Okay, here's the last one. This is some sort of an import that I didn't put in right, called Hydravian. And I believe they're French. But anyways, I like their label. It's a really trippy label. It's called Cobra Records. Look at that. Very good. Yeah, I don't know why I can't find that Holdsworth. That's really upsetting me, but I'm sure I stuck it someplace. And anyway, that's the H's. I'll be back for I. It's really short. Actually, I could do I right now. There are not that many. I could just grab them. I's short. Yeah, I's really short. I don't have many eyes. Kitty, you gotta get out of my chair. Come here. Oh, come on. Sorry. She likes to take my chair when I'm not sitting in it. Okay. Illusion Out of the Mist. Jane Ralph, formerly of Renaissance. First two Renaissance albums. It's so funny, their second Renaissance album is called Illusion. Then she took the title of the album and made it the band. But she's really great. Great singer. Prog folk. Very much like Annie Haslam and Sandy Denny and stuff like that. Here's a weird album called Intergalactic Touring Band. Love this record. It's put out by the same guys that did what do you call it? Nectar and Fire Ballet and those guys. This comes with a booklet. It's pretty neat. I'm not going to open the booklet up because I might destroy it trying to do that. But yeah, this is a great album. It's kind of like a futuristic look into technology. Here's IQ's first album, Tales from the Lush Attic. I'm real proud of this because they numbered the copies. And you can barely see it, but mine is 733. So out of the whole world, I was 733 to get that. Here's The Wake from 1984. A lot of people think this is their best album. I gotta say, it's pretty good. Wish it was a gatefold, but it isn't. It's got the pictures of the band back on the back there. I got to meet them in San Jose in 1994. February 1994. Here's IQ Nomzamo with a different singer. Peter Nichols leaves, and they got a guy named Paul Manel. It's a good album. It's not anywhere near prog. It's more of a pop record. It's not bad. Nomzamo was the name of the nickname for Winnie Mandela. Here's a British fusion band called Isotope, Gary Boyle's group. Problem with this album is there's no treble at all. It's just sounds terrible. It's all bassy sounding. I don't know how they did that, but hopefully the CD improved that, I would hope, because it was really bad. It had no highs. This is their second album called Illusion. Love this. Bass player Hugh Hopper from Soft Machine joins the band, and this kills. This is their hottest frickin' boiling album. So good. Here's their third, called Deep End. This isn't as boiling as the second one, but it's pretty good. Isotope, the trio. Good albums. Too bad that first one doesn't sound better, but hopefully the CD does. Here's It's a Beautiful Day, Marrying Maiden. Now, I saw this band open for Slade, who opened for Humble Pie. It was a 3-band concert, and it was incredible. This is not a gatefold. It's a Beautiful Day. I think the lady's name was Patty Santos. Great singer. They're a really good band. The weird thing about that concert with It's a Beautiful Day was, oh, this is at Carnegie Hall. It's a Beautiful Day at Carnegie Hall. What was weird about that concert was that the guitar player, and I can't remember his name, Bill Gregory, his guitar somehow went out, his amp went out. He was frustrated, banging the guitar on the amp and everything. Really upset. I don't blame him. I would have been too. Here's a really strange album worth a fortune called Ix Adux. I think they're from Los Angeles. It's sealed. I got a CD that I had made for it. I'm not even going to open this up because it's really rare and I don't want to damage it. This goes for hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars. Okay, so that's 31 minutes. We'll come back with Jay.